In my 20 years of teaching, there is one thing I have seen every language learner experience: a plateau. It is a period in your language learning journey where you feel you're not making the progress you need to. And it usually happens after a few months, when you are past learning the basics of a language and are studying the language at an intermediate level. In this video, I will talk about how you can get over this plateau. So if you are a language learner, pay close attention, because at some point you will have to deal with this. Or maybe you already are. And the actions you take once you reach a plateau will likely decide whether you become an advanced user of a language or remain a basic or at best an intermediate level user. Hey, just a quick side note. If you are an English language learner, you can watch this video on ESLSherpa.com. When you watch the video there, you can see special subtitles and click on any word you want so you can see the meaning, examples for the word, and its translation. And there are many more features that will help you improve your English while you're watching my videos. So please give it a try. It's completely free and incredibly useful. I promise you will love it. Now, back to the video. Okay, we were talking about plateaus. Now, the best way to solve a problem is to understand why it happens. So let's first discuss why language learners hit a plateau. When you start learning a language, you usually begin with the basics. You start learning greetings, introductions, telling time, and describing simple daily activities. And in the beginning, you can quickly see how much you're learning. You move from not being able to say anything to having simple conversations, asking basic questions, and understanding simple responses. This is very motivating because you can easily see the result of your hard work. However, as you continue and move to the intermediate level of learning a language, things change. At this stage, the focus moves from simple conversations to more complex aspects of the language, such as more difficult grammatical structures, or words and expressions that can have different meanings and be used in different ways and situations. It's not like when you started and could see big improvements quickly. At this stage, you might not notice your progress right away. You could spend weeks or even months working on your pronunciation, learning more words, or getting better at using different types of grammar without noticing any major improvements in your language ability. And this slower, less visible progress can be discouraging and make learning feel more challenging. This situation can get even worse because sometimes language learners move from basic to intermediate level lessons without fully learning the fundamentals. I'm not saying they haven't studied the fundamentals. They have. But they haven't fully learned everything yet. Language learning involves constantly building on previous knowledge and what you learned before. So if you haven't learned the basics well and don't have a strong foundation, learning more complex vocabulary, grammar, and other language aspects will become significantly more challenging. Alright, we now know why language learners hit a plateau. Let's talk about what we can do about it. It's clear that a plateau is unavoidable. However, you can take steps to move past it more quickly and make the experience less challenging and stressful. First, you have to make sure you build a strong foundation, so you are better prepared to learn and deal with new topics and lessons at an intermediate level. And if you can, you have to increase the time and effort you spend on studying, because you're learning more complex language lessons. So learning them will obviously require more time and effort. Also, please do not compare yourself and your progress to anyone else's. Sometimes language learners hear stories about people learning a language in only 1 year, or they notice a classmate or a friend improving much faster than they are. Each person's language learning journey is unique and influenced by many factors, such as, for example, different backgrounds, learning styles, and life circumstances. So focus only on your own goals and make sure you're doing the best you can. And as long as you do that, as long as you really do that, you will be fine. Last but not least, and most importantly, you need to change your mindset and attitude. Language learners usually evaluate their progress by the change they see in their language skills. If they don't see any improvements, they feel they're not making progress. But as I said, at or around an intermediate level, it will take time for you to see the results you want. So if you look for significant changes as a way to check if you have improved or not, you will probably get disappointed. You will become discouraged, and you will not continue your language journey with the same amount of focus, time, and energy as you did when you started. This decrease in effort will slow your progress even more, which will lead to more disappointment. And this cycle will likely continue until you eventually give up. If you remember, in the beginning of this video, I said a plateau is a period in your language learning journey where you feel you're not making the progress you need to. And the key word here is feel. It is a period where you will not see the results you want as quickly as you want. And because of that, you feel or think you're not making good progress. But that's not true. If you don't see any changes, it doesn't mean that all the time, energy, and focus you spend studying is wasted. You might not feel it, but every time you pick up a book, watch a video, or practice on a language learning app, you are making progress in your language learning journey. And you're getting one step closer to reaching the result you want. So what you need to do is to be more patient and change your goals and focus. The goal shouldn't be, I want to see improvements, or I want to fluently speak about everything. Instead, you should focus on whether you are making sure to consistently study and spend time, effort, and attention on learning and reviewing your lessons. Make that your goal. Don't worry about seeing results, and don't let that discourage you. Worry about whether you have studied the number of hours you had planned to study this week. Worry about your concentration, focus, and the quality of your studying, or about whether you are regularly reviewing your lessons. Because if you focus on these things and consistently put in the time, effort, and focus required, the changes you want will happen. It will take time, but you will see those changes. You should also know that the concept of hitting a plateau is not limited to only language learning. It relates to many other skills as well. Every one of us has probably tried to become very good at something in our life. And when we look back at that experience, in the beginning things were relatively easy, but at some point it stopped being fun and easy, and we had to put a good amount of time and effort to get the result we wanted. If you are a good programmer, think of what you had to do, the amount of time and effort you had to spend to get to where you are. If you're good at playing a musical instrument, you probably had to go through a period where you wouldn't see the results you wanted, but you kept practicing to eventually reach the goal you want. This happens even with activities that are supposed to be enjoyable, like video games. When you want to get to a high level in a competitive video game, you will likely hit a plateau, and it will stop being as exciting and fun. You will have to put in time, effort, and focus, and spend months working and analyzing your gameplay, watching tutorials, and much more to finally overcome your plateau. Language learning is no exception. It is fun at times, You can study with movies or YouTube videos, use apps that offer language learning games, go to a language class and talk to others. But at some point in your language learning journey, you will stop seeing the results you want, and it won't be as fun. And if you want to succeed, you need to stay motivated and keep studying. There will be moments where you get frustrated and feel discouraged. And if that happens, that's fine and completely normal. Just make sure you recover from it quickly. Remind yourself of your goals and let that give you the motivation and focus you need to continue studying. It won't be easy, but it's simple. You know what you have to do. You just need to do it. That's all, everyone. I hope you found the video useful. And if you did, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. And don't forget, let your friends know you have found a good English learning channel. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And until then, keep studying, keep improving, and stay motivated. Bye.